Hey Gemini, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast for December 12th through the 19th. We do have a full moon in your sign, a full moon in Gemini on the 19th. So we're going to see how the coming energy is going to be affecting the Gemini collective. This is for Gemini sun, moon, and rising. We're going to check in here and see the messages that are coming up, anything to look out for, any messages that Spirit has to share with the Gemini collective. One more shuffle. All right, my dears, that feels right to me. We're going to go in. I am feeling the number 5. So 5 to me is a lot of times like when we're clearing out like past life stuff or old agreements we have with people that we came into this lifetime. Like, I don't want this agreement with this person anymore. So there may be some like standing up for yourself or standing up to certain people. We'll see what the cards have to say. But initially, as I'm going into the energy of the collective, I feel like there's like this like taking charge or speaking up or like putting your foot down. I feel an energy of like Gemini coming in and like putting their foot down. But we'll see what the cards have to say. The first card that comes up here for Gemini is the 5 of Cups. Now, 5 of Cups can indicate that we're sad or disappointed that something did not go the way that we had hoped or the way that we had planned. It can also be that maybe we're avoiding our emotions and feelings and trying to focus on something else or self-medicate in some way, whether it's through substances or, you know, throwing ourselves into our work or exercising or sugar or gambling or physical intimacy or partying or whatever. We might be trying to find an outlet to distract us from what's going on when the 5 of Cups comes up. However, and I did tell you guys I got the number 5, right? You guys heard me say I'm seeing the number 5, and this is what number 5 tells me when I see it at the beginning of a reading. I feel, Gemini, as I'm looking at this person, in this instance, as I'm looking at the card, I almost feel like he's upset and frustrated that he was working on something, he was doing something, and somebody else came in and knocked over these cups. And he's frustrated, he's upset. I had everything lined up, I had filled my cups, and now you come in and you're not paying attention, and you stumble over my cups and you knock everything over. I am so over this. I am so tired. So intuitively, looking at the reading intuitively, I feel like the disappointment is happening because not only are you disappointed in someone else, you're frustrated. Like I'm trying to get ahead. I'm trying to do what I need to do, but you come in and you interfere. You come in and you mess things up. And so I feel like, again, there's this disappointment or like this frustration. Like you almost want to cry because you're so frustrated, right? You almost want to cry because you feel so frustrated. That's what I'm feeling here as I'm looking at the 5 of Cups. Like you're like, oh my gosh, I'm about to pull my hair out right now. Because it's like it's hard enough and somebody else is coming in and like, you know, making it difficult. The funny thing is, Spirit just showed me another visual of like a cat pushing a cup off the table. Some of you might feel like this person is doing it on purpose. Like they don't want to see you get ahead, or they're afraid of losing you, or they're afraid of you, you know, becoming successful, and the whole kind of misery loves company thing. You might feel like somebody's coming in and sabotaging, okay? Pay attention, because for some of you Geminis, this is very subtle. This is like Jedi mind control subtle, where they might be putting in thoughts in your mind to convince you that the things that you're accomplishing aren't that big of a deal. For some of you, someone's trying to get inside your head and make you feel like you think you're doing good, but you're not. Oh, you think you contribute to this household? Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I can do, you know, like you know, why don't you handle this and handle that then? Like you're not doing enough, you're not contributing enough. Meanwhile, they're more than happy to take your contribution. They demand your contribution, and then they say that your contribution doesn't make a difference. If your contribution doesn't make a difference, why are they always there with their hand out, like, gimme, 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 gimme? Why, right? If it doesn't make a difference, if it's not valuable, why are they always on your back for it? So I just feel like somebody might be trying to convince you that you're not doing a good job, or like you're giving yourself too much credit for what you do or for who you are. I'm very sad to say, Gemini, for some of you, this is somebody that might even be trying to make you feel like you're not that cute. Especially if you've been working on yourself. They may say things like, oh, well, you still need to do this, or you need to do that, or you need to dress different, or, oh, okay, well, you're excited because you bulked up, but it's not that big of a deal. You could have done more. You're excited because you lost weight. Oh, it's not that much. It's not, you still have so far to go. Like, I just like there might be somebody getting in your head and convincing you that what you did is not a big deal. You have to be aware of this. You have to be cautious of this. You have to remind yourself that this is a way in which maybe an insecure person is trying to hold on to you. And for some of you, it can be in a work situation. Sometimes we end up in jobs, I know I have, and it makes me so angry. It makes me furious. I wish that there was a way that this could be regulated and that companies could be punished for doing this. But some companies run under the culture or the MO of breaking down their employees. Like, you criticize and criticize and criticize them. You put them down. It's like, beating a dog into submission. And then it's like, you feel like you're not good. You feel like you're not smart. You feel like you're always messing up. And you won't even go looking for another job because you feel like you're lucky that this place hasn't fired you. You're lucky that this place puts up with you. And if you go to work for another job, they're not going to like you and you're not going to do a good job. You're not good enough. It's like this control tactic, and I hate it. So for some of you, maybe it's happening in a work situation where you can't catch a break. Nothing you do is right. Nothing you do is good enough. And they're always making you feel like you're on the very, very verge of getting in trouble. You're on the very, very verge of getting fired. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes we get talked to at work and we need to step it up. That does happen. But there are some companies that they run themselves in the way where just nobody's ever going to get any praise. Nobody's ever going to get any credit. It's like you're the worst and you better keep jumping through hoops or I'm going to get rid of you. And for some of you, it's in this way that you've got that Jedi mind trick happening. Maybe it's not your family members. Maybe it's not your romantic partner, but it could be a work situation. That what you do isn't enough or what you do isn't good enough. The next card that's coming up here, Gemini, is the Four of Wands. And Four of Wands can indicate or express marriage, right? Maybe some of you are disappointed and so you're turning your eyes towards marriage, or you're thinking that things are going to be better if you focus on that and you find the right person. I will say this, doesn't always work out that way, right? Don't go into the Eight of Swords mindset where you're like, oh, I need somebody to come in and rescue me from my life. That's not going to work. But the fact that the Four of Wands comes in is giving us confirmation that you are going to have stability. Some of you maybe are worried, like, am I ever going to get married? If you are worrying about that, for me, Four of Wands comes in as a confirmation that yes, you're going to get married. Because some people, it's not enough to have a relationship. Marriage is really important for some people. And so this sometimes can come up to say, yes, you will get married. You will have a wedding. It will be official in this way. Four of Wands, though, outside of love and romance, can indicate stability, security, long-term, establishing your home, establishing your friends, your circle of friends, your friends who are like family. Some of you are disappointed in your family situation or in your current friends, and you might be putting together like your family of friends, your family, right? That can be indicated by Four of Wands as well. Some of you might be planning a trip to go back home. I do see that happen sometimes in Four of Wands, where somebody is going back to the place of their childhood. And I feel for some of you, this could be in the way where you're trying to find yourself, or you're trying to find people who think like you, who grew up like you, who have the same values or beliefs instilled in them. I feel like some of you might be planning a trip back home just because you're hungry for simplicity. And once you get out there, you think you're not that big of a deal. But once you get out there, people are like, wow, you're actually doing really good, Gemini. Like, look how far you've come. You're doing great. Like, they're very impressed with you. And you're going to be like, okay, well, maybe I'm not giving myself enough credit. You know, maybe I have come a long way and I didn't realize it. Or you're realizing how far you've come based on where you started from. I do feel that vibe here with the Four of Wands next to the Five of Cups for some of you. The next card coming up, my dears, is Nine of Pentacles. This is financial independence. It can also be successful self-employment. But if you see the typical like Rider-Waite, this is not a Rider-Waite deck, but I'm sure a lot of you have seen the Rider-Waite Nine of Pentacles, where the lady has the little bird on her finger, and you're like, what is she, a bird catcher? Is that where all this money came from? What is this? Well, here we don't have coins. We have grapes. But the Nine of Pentacles for me has the meaning or the sense, not just for me. If you read it, the Nine of Pentacles has to do with success when we overcome our anxiety. We overcome our anxiety, we overcome our fears, and we come into success. We come into success. So there's a sense here of maybe something that you tried to do in the past and it wasn't successful. Maybe you tried to start a business. Maybe you were trying to move up in your career. Maybe you had some financial goals, but the worries and the stresses about your life got the best of you and you couldn't focus and things started to fall apart, or your anxiety got in the way. Nine of Pentacles tells us you're mastering those negative thoughts and you're able to focus on the task at hand, and it's bringing you success. So this gives me the sense or the feeling that in the full moon energy, a lot of Geminis are going to be releasing anxiety, releasing anxious way of thought, releasing negative self-thought, releasing anything that maybe you've been obsessing about mentally that's been keeping you from being able to focus on what needs to be done in your everyday life. Right? And so for some of you, it's like, I can't be around this person who's always putting this toxicity in my head. Like I keep trying to build myself up and they're tearing me down. I can't be around this person. I can't be around these people. So not only are you releasing the mindset, that way of thinking, you might also be disconnecting or cutting off certain people who are always putting this poison in your ear. Always putting this poison in your head to where it's like, okay, well, I'm not good enough. I'm not doing a good job. I'm never going to make it. And you're coming into this Nine of Pentacles energy of confidence and success and independence. Your next card coming up. Ooh, look at this. Is the Six of Wands, and this is victory. This is overcoming the obstacle. This is overcoming the challenge. This is validation. This is vindication. This is, and to me, I feel like this is like breaking through. Like he got the prize. He was able to take his little wand there and catch the wreath from wherever it was at. He was able to go get a hold of it. So I feel here that you're going to have an accomplishment and an opportunity to break free from a toxic situation. So if you're stuck in like this job where they're tearing you down, you're getting out of it, right? New job. If you're dealing with a person who's always trying to get in your head, you're getting away from them. They're not going to be able to get in your head anymore. Six of Wands can also sometimes come up where like a truth is being revealed and you're being validated. You're being vindicated. Okay? And for some of you, it's coming in terms of like, Spirit is trying to encourage you by giving you confirmation, right? I used to work in a place where they were tearing me down all the time, and I felt like crap. I felt like I was the dumbest person that ever walked the earth. They're going to fire me any second. I'm so stupid. I can't do anything right. And I really needed the job. It was terrible. And then I had a client reach out and send an email, and they CC'd me on it, and they were like, you know, she's like the best help or the best service we've ever got. We've been with you guys for a long time. We really appreciate her. We really feel like she cares about, you know, like what we need and what we're doing. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I wasn't expecting that. And I feel like some of you are having that kind of a moment where somebody is coming in and saying, you know, Gemini is really special. Gemini is really wonderful. We really hope that you're taking good care of Gemini. We really hope you're paying Gemini well. Gemini deserves a raise. Some of you may be receiving validation in a very unexpected way, right? Or, you know, somebody might be saying in front of you to your partner, man, you know, I really hope I find somebody like Gemini someday. Gemini is such a great partner. Like, I feel like there's going to be some kind of validation that makes you want to cry because you're so touched by it. And you needed to hear it. Like, you needed that validation. And there's nothing wrong with needing validation from time to time, especially when you're around people who don't appreciate you or who are constantly trying to tear you down. So this is very positive. This is very strengthening. And you guys are going to break these kinds of connections. And you're going to say, you know what? I am good enough. I am special. I am important. I can be successful. And you're not engaging in these energies anymore. You're not putting out with being treated that way anymore. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks this might resonate for you more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. 2022 forecasts, I'm halfway through the zodiac wheel. Those are linked in the description. I will get the other half up soon. Love and romance readings for December are also linked in the description. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears. Take care.